Hey everybody, it's Friday. That means it's time for 1 Hour Build, and this week we're getting ready to go back to school. Woo!
Hey everybody, it's 1 Hour Build!
Woo!
And it's Walker and Scott and Charles and Nick.
We're all here.
We're all here. And so what are we making?
So, a lot of kids still got about 3 weeks before they go back to school, but right now teachers are going and setting up their classrooms, and that means they're setting up their science labs and their maker spaces and their STEM labs. And so we were inspired to help create some signage, to help organize students, help keep safety going, keep procedures going. And so we have designed a bunch of signs for your custom laser lab, because we know lasers. But these signs could be done for all sorts of different labs. All you have to do is sort of change some of the wording and stuff around. Why don't you show them what you've been doing?
All right, I'll grab these ones first. So these ones, so we have our sign-in sheets.
Very good.
So you can have your dry erase marker and sign everybody in.
Because the line's getting long at the laser labs, and you don't want anybody getting upset and keeping things ready.
Callie's next, okay? She's on the list.
It's like putting your quarter up there in the old video games.
Well, to claim it.
Really old again.
They take quarters. And then we have our materials and settings. And I made these out of the whiteboard, and so you can change them out. Obviously, you wouldn't write on wood, and this is probably the only one that you can't do on any material.
So the whiteboards, those particular ones are Romark?
These are Romark, and if you wanted to do them out of wood, you could, because at Lowe's and all those places, they have whiteboard that's MDF backed. So you can use that as well. And I just added magnets so you can put them on your Muse.
That's very cool. And you also have the one that's custom to Muse too. It's right there on the little side shelf.
Yeah, right on the side of the Muse, it has that little area. Designed that guy right there just to sit on top, and you can double-sided sticky tape that if you want. And then I decided to do one for the pros as well, because we can't forget the pro users.
Right.
Woo! And then we have the startup checklist. So this I can see on the back of the wall, kind of for your students or your users at the Maker Faire to kind of go through this checklist and just make sure that everything's prepared right. It's always nice to have a checklist, because even when you're, been doing it for a long time, sometimes I forget stuff.
Well, especially in maker spaces in schools, you've always got new people coming in there.
Always.
And it's just a quick reminder for them to say, all right, this, and this. And then also, just as important, you have the big
safety first.
Always think safety.
So we have all these safeties, always, never, kind of, sometimes.
And these can be custom to whatever your lab is. If it's a chem lab, it might be different. The concept remains.
This is full spectrum approved and specific, but you can edit this. And again, I can see this in the makerspace behind the machine, maybe on the machine. And it also has our contact info on the back. Nice. So if you're having any issues, like if you have any questions on safety or support, call us.
What material do you get that with?
So this is Romark, and it's like this cool kind of dark wood, kind of weathered look, but it is plastic, and it's made to be, it's made to be lasered. They do specific laser materials. If you haven't checked them out, do it, because they have awesome stuff that no one else has.
And it's made for lasers, so it's made to be flat. And
it's made to be flat. It's made to have they do that specifically for lasers, which is awesome. One of the only people that do it, and they do it the best. So we also have a lot of signage. We also have the Attention Laser in Use sign. And then last but not least, what we're going to be doing is the caution, this machine has no brain, so use your own sarcastic sign for your students and users.
That's my favorite.
That's my favorite too.
Because it covers everything.
It does. So what we're going to do is jump into the software, and I'm going to show you the file itself and how we're going to run it. So let's go into the software.
And we'll do a couple of quick shout outs while you do that. We got Jeff Hayes with us. Hello, Jeff, as always. Miranda Perry. Very good.
So, hello, Jeff Hayes.
Hello, Miranda.
So I've dragged the file in, and the file's going to come in at a specific size, but again, there's no notches or anything to keep this from being scalable. You can scale this at any scale you want.
You got a big old Pro 48. You can make these signs
Huge. And I would put it right above my 48.
I guess you could even take the bottom off your Muse or your Hobby and do it in sections too.
Yeah, if you want it real big. Mm-hmm. But this thing, I mean, this sign at 20 by 12 will be huge anyway.
You're not going to miss it.
That's too much sarcasm. So what I'm going to do is select the whole object. And I'm just going to hold shift and I'm going to scale it down because I don't want this thing 9 inches. I want it about 3 inches.
Okay. This is for a very small makerspace.
Very small, yeah. Well, I want it right next to the touch screen. So right before people start thinking they know how to use it, it just gives them a reminder. So, whoop. I didn't scale them equally. I'm going to bring it back in. Give me one.
You don't get it right, it's really easy to do it all over again. Just takes a few seconds.
Mostly, it's your, computer figuring it out.
Is that the shape of your skull that you got there, the exact replica of your
profile? This is actually, I don't know if you remember the Handsome Squidward. This is Handsome Squidward, based off Nick as well. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna select both and hold shift and scale down and bring it to 3 inches. Now, if you see on the left side, you'll see that actual inch marker going there. So I'll bring it to 3 and leave it there. Alrighty, so now we have this guy and we're gonna run this. If you notice, this is 2 panels. This is a back panel and a front panel. The front panel is just cuts and the back panel actually has a raster and the outside cut. But I'm gonna take this same file and do both cuts. So it's ready, it's scaled. Right. I'm gonna set my power settings. So the power, I know it's gonna be 150 speed. And I'm gonna lower the black and white threshold.
50 speed.
Lower the black and white threshold so it doesn't pick up any vector lines. And then go to my vectors. And I'm actually not going to cut out this middle one. So.
Oh, let's say hi to Lynn also. Lynn Hayes.
Jeff Hayes' wife, Lynn. Yeah, there we go. So I'm not going to cut out this centerpiece. I don't want that cut out, so I'm just going to turn it off on this pass.
And you get on the next one.
And then we're only going to cut out this one and raster the inside. So if you want to put in the material from our scrap bin,
we're going to be using wood. Is this Romark wood?
This is Romark wood, 3 mil. It's funny that I have you put it in because I'm closer to the machine. I used to have a teacher that was like right next to the drinking fountain, and she'd be like, "Darling, give me some water," and she was sitting right there. Just reminded me of that. She was a big lady, a big part of my life. So now we can go into the machine and I'm going to run the perimeter. Now you can see that this is in relative mode. It's going exactly where the laser head is. We can run this in absolute as well, but I like running relative because it's right where I want it.
It's always good to learn how to do both. Different situations might call for different usage, but certainly if you get really good at relative positioning, that's a pretty good skill to have to speed up your jobs.
Definitely, and you don't always need to take a picture of this. So we'll run relative this time and we'll do absolute next time, and we'll see the huge difference. So I have my power settings, so I'm just going to hit play. Now it's doing a bottom-up engraving because we've set it to that, and then we're on the newest software version.
That's a new feature for us, right?
That is, and it's extremely awesome.
How do you get it to do that in the software? How do you go from bottom up?
Oh, okay. So we'll go edit. I believe it's in settings. Yeah. There we go. Reverse Reverse raster directions in the settings.
In the settings under device.
Under device, yeah. And if you're sharing this with people, it's always nice to kind of let people know that they're in absolute mode or relative mode, or let them know to check, because if somebody's setting it up, they might, you know,
now while
be
this
unaware.
is going, can you set up the next file?
Yeah, I'm going to set up the next file as well as this one's going. So what I'm going to do is turn off the raster, because I don't need that anymore, and I'm going to turn on the passes for the vector. I'll make that one pass. And we'll just wait for this guy to finish. It's going to take about another minute or so.
All right. Remember, if you have any questions, go ahead and send them to us through Facebook, and we have the expert right here to answer them.
You?
Yes, of course.
Yes. So now we're just going to cut out the outside. And as soon as this guy's done, I'm just going to move it in relative mode over, run the perimeter just to make sure, and that it's in spot. And then we're just going to run this file, the same exact file, just a different way.
We don't even have to adjust our material at all.
We don't have to adjust our material. We don't have to adjust our design. It's literally in our software that we're making all these adjustments to.
All right. Jeff says that Lynn's always yelling at him that she's always also here, so I think we dedicate today's show to Lynn.
It's for Lynn.
This show's for Lynn. Gotta give some love.
Yeah.
Jeff and Lynn came in and saw us.
Yeah, they did. And
They'll be back in 1 month.
back in 1 month. Is it another pool tournament thing? No? You don't know? All right.
Just coming to see us.
Oh, alrighty. Now that guy's done. I have set up my file just for the second cut. So I'm just gonna move this guy over. There we go. So now I'm not running the raster. As you see, I turn it off. And then I'm just gonna run these two vectors at the same cutting speed. And yeah, now I'll just go back to the machine, run the perimeter, and make sure it's not in the way of the other file. And this is, again, using relative, not absolute, and in RE3. So it's not inhibiting or getting in the way of the other file. So I'm just going to stop that perimeter. It would run for a long time until I hit stop.
These are great projects. If you have a student in school, you could make
Yeah.
these things for your school if they don't have a laser cutter. A nice gift
good
to your
teaching
teachers,
teaching tool, and like useful for everything. So we'll go ahead and run this job again. Well, oh yeah.
How long is that one going to take then?
That one takes a minute,
Wow.
minute 20 seconds.
Also, if people want to make these files and send us pictures, I mean, we would love to. We'll show them off next week.
Sounds like weekly contest winner
It's
material for
definitely
me.
something a weekly contest person could do. And even if you don't win, we'll give you some love. We'll shout you out here on the
Definitely.
show and show what people are doing.
I always want to see our projects done in a, their own personal way,
Yeah.
or being sold. Like
That's
we
the
talked,
best, right?
yeah. We talked about on Wednesday people taking the projects and actually making money with them. And if that is happening for you, please share with us.
Yeah. We won't ask for royalties.
No. No.
Yeah, all the projects that are available at laser101.fsllaser.com are free for you to make, and if you can monetize them and sell them, we're good with that.
Completely cool.
We don't sell laser-related products, just the machines themselves. So we're never in competition with people who buy our lasers and make stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And this is a lot better if it is applicable to something that you're doing. It's a lot better than quick design, if that's something that you need, even if it's just a part of it. Way faster. And I know a lot of people actually purchase designs because they come with licensings, and it's only like $3, but still that adds up every little time.
You're also not allowed to sell those
Oh, really?
Yeah.
unless they have a
Do you want to?
All sorts of custom things you could do with fonts and stuff like that too.
Yeah, yeah.
There's like over 100 fonts.
Oh, so many
Yeah.
fonts. And you can
can
add
import them.
fonts. And I mean, this you could say something quirky on there and add a raster of somebody's face as well.
Show them how to rasterize your own text. Right-click rasterize.
All right.
So if you wanted to add your own text.
All right.
Right. Here's our materials coming out, the 2 pieces, and you even get, you know, a fun little extra little brain that you can do anything.
Yeah,
with.
you could run that same file, just actually cut that out the first run, and then use that as well.
One of my favorite movies is Brain Candy. So you just like put candy in there and boom, brain candy.
Then you eat it. So this file, as simple as it can be, you just glue them together. 2 pieces. And if you want to do 2 different materials for those layers, even better.
Is there any treatment you might do to these before you go to the gluing stage?
So we could stain them, and then once they're glued, we can add a clear coat. And then it will be good to go. And I'm going to put this next to our Muse in the lobby so people see it and know to think, use their brain, you know? Just a little bit, you know?
These would be cool just to give out at conventions and stuff.
Hey, Nick, you want-
Customize them. A little name tag? A brain?
Oh, yeah. You want to show them the piece of glass?
Oh yeah. So this is, we just happened to get a nice, clean piece of glass, and you decided to ruin it by this incredible art.
Yeah, yeah.
Get a good angle here. So
Just glass is hard to get on camera. It's so shiny and
You got a back, acrylic in the back.
yeah, yeah. So that's just a plain piece of glass I did in a Pro machine, 120 watt at 15 power, 100 speed, and then it's just on black acrylic, so you can see that contrast because just glass you can see right through it, but against something, or if it was lit, it would extremely pop
That's
well.
a great art piece. I can see that in bars, in people's homes,
Barbershop.
barbershops. I mean, that is a beautiful piece of work.
I used to not like glass because it is kind of finicky, but it has this special feel to it because it's not acrylic, it's not a piece of plastic. It's, you know, glass is a lot more special, and it just comes out so clean.
Did you treat the glass? Did you tape? Did you do anything like
I did
that?
absolutely nothing to the glass except for hit it with some Windex.
And what machine did you do that on?
I did that on our Pro that's running a 120 watt.
120 watt.
Talk about using the dither instead of a solid film.
Oh yeah, so that's actually dithered. So we took that file in. I just found that off the internet. I dragged it in, and then I dithered it instead of a halftone, which a halftone would be like, you know, any sort of basic fill like this. We always say like logos. So I hit the dither, and and then what I did was also mirror it because I did the back of the glass, and then I inverted it because I want all the black parts to be what raster. So it has to be inverted and mirrored, put on the back of the piece of glass, and I scaled that actual image just 0.2 inches over the size of the piece of glass. So I missed, you know, just, you don't want to have to get it exact. If it goes over a little bit, it's great because it'll never show up on the project.
Right.
So I can go on forever about rastering glass.
Well, maybe we should do a glass project soon.
We should.
Yeah. Very good.
I think that's all we have today, huh?
It's a good shot.
I enjoyed it.
All right.
I hope you
everyone else
enjoyed
did.
it, yeah. Well, this one was for Lynn.
Yeah, Lynn. Let's see.
Woo!
Make sure we don't have any questions. Oh, we've got
Hasselbrook.
Oh.
Stephen Hasselbrook came in.
Hey,
Hello,
Stephen.
Steve.
And
He's asking, do you laser on the front or the back of the glass?
I think we're getting that one late, but yeah, we did the back of the glass and I inverted it. And you don't have to always invert it. If the image has text or something that has to be the right way, then definitely do the mirroring. Because that one, was that a BMW R series? It did say BMW on it, so I did invert it
All right.
and mirror it.
We also have Jeff Hayes asking that he's used Surmark and it works great, but people have talked about using spray poly dry lube. Have you tried that?
I have not tried that. Surmark on glass, you say?
I'm not sure if he's talking about glass or not.
I have tried Surmark on glass, and I haven't had great output. I did have decent output with Surmark on ceramic, and it looked awesome, but the stuff didn't keep in the can. You have to use it fairly quickly. Just like spray paint, it goes bad after a while.
Okay. Well, that's expensive going bad too. Yeah, use it while you got
Yeah.
it, right? You can
Yeah,
buy
yeah.
just what you need and use it all.
Get it done.
Yeah.
But this, I always suggest the spray when it comes to Surmark and Thermark. It's a lot cleaner application, and it does need a very even coat.
Well, thank everybody for watching.
Yeah.
Working on next week.
Next week we are doing Thomas on Wednesday on Laser Talks talked about the shelves that we have in the back in the new studio. So we are going to do those shelves, and we actually lost that file, so we're gonna redo it exactly. So
Perfect. It won't take you long either because it's pretty good design.
yeah, it is.
Design it during the show, partially.
Yeah, we'll design a portion of it during the show.
All right, maybe I'll bring in a mystery object that needs a shelf or something like that. We'll just do
Mystery
it all-
mystery
all live.
object.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't
You
wait
know
for
I have
the-
weird collections,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm looking forward to the yeah,
Too big, long.
definitely.
Yeah, you'll be
That's-
surprised. I'll surprise you.
I
I'll
hope
surprise
you do.
everybody.
I'm looking forward to that more than the shelf, actually. So.
All right then.
So next week, I'm looking forward to the shelf and what's on the shelf. And I think until next time.
Keep making.
Oh.